Five Bar Gate is on the Five Coast, on the Roswell Promenade between Cleveleys and Fleetwood. It can be fished high and low tide, and there's free parking all along the promenade right up to the Five Bar Gate itself, and just easy access down to the beach.
Well, I'm at Five Bar Gate in Cleveleys this evening. I'm going to be fishing the tide up. Low tide is at about 6:30. It's about 5 o'clock now. So an hour and a half before low tide. Really want to fish the flood in, so I'm only going to put one rod in until low tide and fish the tide, as I said, right up to high tide, hopefully, depending on how bad the rain is going to be, because it is promising rain all night. Not targeting anything in general. I'm going to put fish bait out to begin with, see if there's any thornbacks. Got some crab, I've got blackworm, so I'll probably put like a scratching rig on one and a bigger hook on the other rod, and just see how it goes, and switch and swap accordingly. I'll come back to you. Due to how fast the tide does come in and go out here in Cleveleys, a lot of this filming will be on my chest. Just it makes it easier for me rather than moving the camera about and everything until I get further up the tide, further up the beach, where I'm not going to be cut off by gullies, because it's probably end of August since I've been here, and the beach has completely changed with the gullies in completely different places to last time I came here. So I'm always wary fishing this beach with not having a fantastic knowledge of it, of being cut off. I don't want to be the person that calls the Coast Guard to come and rescue me. So this is the first rig I'm going to put out when I fish bait. It's a Trident tackle pulley onto a dongle, 6/0 circle hook, mackerel and squid. See what's out there to begin with. Don't want to be plagued by small fish to begin with. I'm not a massive fan of pulley rigs unless I'm fishing rough ground. I put a stop knot on this to act as a more of a paternoster. If the fish is big, it will pull it down and it will act as a pulley accordingly. There is a bit of rough ground further out here that you can snag into, so that's my first rig I'm going to be trying out. Rods tonight are going to be my 2 Century Graphics Tip Tornadoes Super Matches, tipped with my Shimano fixed balls, 20-pound braid, and I've got 80-pound 4-strand leader on there. I'll give you a panoramic of Cleveleys. So down there is Blackpool. Don't know if you can see in the distance the tower. It is a bit misty down there, just behind those people walking there. And that's the beach I'll be marching back up as the tide floods. Over there is Roswell School. Don't know much about that. I think it might be a private school, the size of it. Only one other angler on the beach so far. He was here before I turned up. I can see some of the broken ground in front of me. Very handy here because in front of those houses is all free parking, nearly all the way in front of those houses, so it's quite good for a venue. Considering when I went to Cleveleys, it cost about £5 to fish. Well, it's 6:30 now, so it's low tide thereabouts. I just put the second rod out, which has got a 2-hook loop rig bait with blackworm on size 1/0 hook with a size 1 Chinook pennel at the top. Oh, it's cold. It's a southwesterly breeze. It's drizzling on and off. There's a couple more angles out there. There's 2 more come to that side over there, and then there's 3 over there. At the moment, as expected, on the ebbing tide, not a sausage. So hopefully now, when the tide turns to start to flood, might get a few bites, especially after the blank had at Vale Park. It'd be nice to get anything other than a dogfish, that is. Well, the tide's on its turn now. I can see it starting to recover the rocks in front of me. I've now swapped on the left hand rod, which had the dongle for the fish bait. I put a smaller dongle on now with a crab bait and a 4/0 circle hook, which is very similar to what I would normally use for the smooth house, but instead of a dongle I use a 3/0 Sakuma big mouth. So see how that goes. I'll give that a go before I swap probably to more traditional rigs that I would use. On the right hand rod, I've got the 2-hook loop rig with black on it, a black lugworm. Again, about 10 minutes ago I thought I had a tremendous bite on the fish bait dongle, but unfortunately the rod nearly bent over double, but it was a seagull flying into my line. So bit of action in a miserable evening. So another person's now turned up over there, more people fishing to my left. Don't know if I've picked the right location because everyone seems to avoid it here, whether it's because of the snaggy ground or not, I don't know, but the beach is completely different to last time I fished it last year. So I'm going to persevere. I do think as the tide floods, this will be the broken ground. It'll be an area the fish would target for food, but I'm in the minority because majority of people are fishing far to the left hand side there, got more in front of Cleveleys. But obviously you can see they're moving back now, so the tide's coming in there. So it's 7:10. Floods are well on its way now. I moved back further up the beach, I'm moving again. When the worm bait came in, it was totally stripped. Whether that's because of the crabs that are in this rough ground patch, don't know. So it's cold and wet at the moment. No bites apart from a seagull flying into my line. Top bait, I've got live crab, frozen crab, fresh black lug, I've got bluey, I've got squid, so I'd like to think I'll be able to tempt something out tonight. Maybe I have to wait until it starts going dark. I don't know, who knows. It's about 7:45 now. I haven't seen anybody pull anything out tonight or this evening. and the wind's picking up, although it is southwesterly, which is the best wind for this particular beach because it stirs the sea up. But it's not pleasant with this rain coming down. It's not hard rain, but it's just, it's cold. Well, I don't know if I'll stick it out now. So about 8:15. There's a good lump to the sea, as you can see. And I didn't think. Tide's absolutely racing in now. See behind me there, I've got to watch out for that gully behind me, but I'm just going to go when this guy goes next to me. Hopefully he doesn't fish at all, but it's bitterly cold. I wish I brought gloves now. And freezing. It's crept in behind me now with the this gully. I've just got to cross this. That guy there is still fishing. Brave man. Everyone else is coming off the beach. That was a bit of a dead loss. I'm going to give up fishing at the tide full in. It's just not worth it. It's bloody cold as well. So, never mind, that's two. Oh, very sinky sanders. Again, it's a bit harder sand. Yeah, that's the only issue fishing Cleveleys is these gullies fill up behind you and can cut you off. There's a guy there now, he's running for his life now. Only seen everybody else come off without him. I don't think he's even got waders. So, yeah, another blankety blank. Checkbook and pen again. But we're getting into the better part of the year. Come May, June, July and August when the smooth hounds come in, which I absolutely love catching. But it's given me and I had an idea of the beach that was fishing the beach 2 hours, just over 2 hours from low tide up on quite a big tide. Quite easily fish up to high tide. You just station here and wait for that big gully to fill out and fish that. But then again, as you can see then where my rod tips are, the sand dips down and there's another gully again. So there's two sets of gullies you have to be careful of. Anyway, another a lot of hard effort for no reward yet again.